I like to sit up here.
Yeah, yeah.
This is awesome.
That's perfect. I've never seen that before, but why not? Wouldn't it be fun out at sea? And
yeah, sometimes they just have a little bar there, but
yeah.
they have an actual seat that's really kind of nice.
Actual seat is great.
Obviously roller furling.
Yeah, and you can dual anchors if you need them.
And this was all done locally, and it's been reinforced, and it's solid, solid, solid.
Well, it's holding you.
It's there it is, Ken. There it is. Hey everybody, welcome back to Boat Fool Sailing. Just when you thought we weren't going to be in a dinghy again, we're in a dinghy again. And we are down in South Bristol to look at a really cool boat. But before we get going, I want to give a shout out to Gordy in upstate New York. He won the Boat Fool's hat off of Canadian Ken's Day Off piece of naming all the movies. He didn't get them all, but he was the closest one. So congrats, Gordy. Thanks for watching. So this is kind of a cool story. We're down in South Bristol, and we're about to go past a Tiana 42, which was made an appearance on our Boat Fool's Top 10 for the Christmas special, I think it was.
Yeah, it was the Christmas one, right? So because it was a higher price point.
Right. Yeah. No holds barred. It was for sale for like $118,000. And the owner of this, Kurt, is the gentleman who's selling the boat that we're going to see. So it's sort of come full circle. So yeah, proof positive that the Boat Fool's Top 10 boats do sell. This is it, and he got it for a song.
A lot less than the...
Yeah, I think it was listed for $118, and I think he got it for $47.
Wow.
They dropped the price because they were going out to California and had to move it.
That's amazing.
Consequently...
So watch Boat Fools and you'll buy more boats.
Yeah, right. Yeah, don't be a fool and watch Boat Fools and buy more boats. Your family will leave you. So we're here to see a 1966 Allied Seabreeze, and these boats, in my opinion, are one of the most beautiful boats on the water. And we'll do a little tootle around here so you can see it.
Yeah, really nice lines. You were saying it reminds you of the Hinckley.
The Hinckley Pilot. Very similar numbers and very similar shear and look, and often confused for the Hinckley, but this one is really a deal. She's listed at $19,500.
Wow.
And it's been on the water for 58 years and owned by only 3 different families. So if you average it out, almost 20 years per family. Kurt has owned it for 17 years, and he's an engineer and has put his heart and soul into updating the systems on this boat.
Lots of upgrades.
Lots of upgrades, and I'm really psyched to see it. These Allieds, this is, by the way, one of the what they call the bronze model. It's got a bronze centerboard. Later versions had an aluminum centerboard, and this is the preferred model. Yeah. And it also has a modified pulpit.
Yeah, that's interesting, the pulpit. Yeah.
Bowsprit, which is not native to the boat, but it was redone, but the sail configuration is exactly the same, so the head stays in the same place. But a little seat was built there. We'll check it out when we go on board. But
yeah, and he says he doesn't even use the centerboard. He says there's so much ballast.
There's 4,000 pounds of ballast, so he doesn't really need to use it, but if you need to go upwind, drop that board, and all of a sudden she draws 7 feet.
That's a bronze centerboard.
Bronze centerboard versus like 4 feet with the board up, but it's really neat.
Nice looking shear for sure.
Right, the sweep of her lines, it's really a beautiful boat, and this boat would be ideal for a small family to do some coastal cruising or beyond. They're getting ready to do a longer trip until they stumble across the Tiana 42, which is right there, and they were going to do a longer trip, but such as it is, she is not for sale. She's down at the Bittersweet Boatyard in South Bristol. Really pretty down.
Gorgeous down
there.
here.
We'll show you some footage of it, but let's, you ready to board this?
Let's go aboard.
Let's go aboard. All right, Kenneth, here I am on the sort of the fantail transom of this boat, and it's really neat. You got these, he's got his ensigns out, the American flag, you got your life sling, you got a nice big tiller here. And we're going to start by saying that the brightwork needs some attention on this boat, and the seller is fully aware of that. He's brought it back a few times, and he's just been too busy with his new boat to tend to this. So it can be done, and it would look beautiful if it were done. Brand new traveler system here, and block and tackle for your main sheet there. And it's interesting because it's sort of a dual thing, and this was done by Pope Sails, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So it's got 2. It's a traveler. So yeah, like he said, one's the fine tune.
This one's the fine tune.
Yeah,
So you've got a
look at
bunch
that.
of purchases here, so you can really fine tune this. It's really more designed for racing, and this boat is not really designed for racing. But nice big tower here for your solar panels, which rotates, and you can rotate it with the sun, and you've got radar. And these Allied boats, so the story behind these is that a naval architect by the name of MacLear and Harris, a naval architect firm, designed this, and it's loosely based on a famous boat called Finisterre, which was a Sparkman Stephens design that won the Newport Bermuda race back in the 50s and 60s 3 times in a row, which was unheard of. And the design elements from that boat were really sought after, and MacLear at that time left Sparkman Stephens to start MacLear and Harris, which was his own design firm with another partner, and he brought some of those design elements into this boat for Allied. And Allied is best known for, I think it was the Allied Seawind, which was the first known fiberglass boat to circumnavigate, which is pretty cool. So these boats are solid. And so anyway, so some of those elements from Finisterre are in this boat, and it's just a really beautiful design. And funnily enough, like we said, it's very similar to the Hinckley Pilot, and Sparkman Stephens designed the Hinckley Pilot.
There you
so
go.
You can see this sort of lineage, which is pretty neat. But anyway, it's, I think, in my opinion, it's one of the more pretty boats on the water.
Absolutely. For 1966, you said?
1966.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So she still has a lot of life left in her, and if you're looking for a nice family cruiser, this would be it. For coastal cruising, gunk holing, because with the board up, she's only 4 feet, board down 7, so you can get us some tight places. But anyway, nice big cockpit, nice combing boards. You've got nice big primary self-tailing winches right here.
Yep.
It looks like new running rigging, all looks great. And then check this out.
I like that little cover.
A little cover to protect your instruments from the sun. So you've got...
He's got it all.
You've got it all. You've got all your instruments here, and several of these look brand new.
Yeah,
these Raymarine.
yeah, and again, he's an engineer. He's done all the wiring and a lot of work on this. So it's
right. The systems, he said, all
he's
the
a systems
the
guy.
Plumbing and wiring has all been done.
Yeah, yeah. We can even fire up the engine if you want.
Oh yeah. You want to try that?
Sure.
Let's do it. See if it works.
Oh, look at that. It sounds like our Perkins, and I guess they're very similar, aren't they?
Yeah, they share most of the similar components in Westpeak and the Perkins. 1,000 hours on it, by the way.
Yep.
Only 1,000 hours. So, boy, that started right up.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Sounds great. All right, we'll kill that. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Nice and protected from elements there. That.
Yeah, and good, big lazarettes here.
Yeah,
and he says he's got new batteries. He's got 2 on this side and 2 on the other.
Holy cow.
So they're all brand new. Plenty of
that sun coming in. Plenty of
room there. Yep. Looks like a little inverter there for your solar and
radar
hard
reflector.
to see. Sorry.
Yeah, the sun is a little bright right now.
Those winter hours.
Yeah,
Came
port
in.
side.
Same thing here. He's got 1, 2, and then a starter. Hope you can see there.
Yeah, so 4 6-volt house batteries and a separate starter battery. That's
so
funny.
yeah. So no quarter berth, obviously, but boy, do you have storage? And even in the fantail, there was some more storage back there as well.
Here,
So
yeah, it just goes on. And
it just goes on.
All
and
your
on.
fenders are in here.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. Just gotta get in there a little bit, but
Yeah,
put the light
sun
on.
is really tough. But what's not to like?
Yeah, yeah. No, bright work. I always say that's something you got to maintain
general
every year.
maintenance,
That's general
deferred
maintenance. Yeah. I love all the bronze fittings. Other than the primary winches, we got bronze and
Oh, all the
Yeah,
turnbuckles.
all the turnbuckles are
thank
bronze.
you, Ken. Those
Yeah.
are all new and all bronze. Those are all
Beautiful.
sourced with bronze. And yeah, these look like the old ones off of Beagle.
they do. Yeah, very
The
similar.
winch handle in that
Yeah,
slot.
yeah,
off
slot
you go,
through.
but then your primaries are self-tailing.
Yeah.
Want to go
around.
up on deck?
Yeah.
Look at these nice wide side decks, Ken.
Wow, lots of room. Nice big coach roof, and sort of steps up like the Bristol a little bit. Has a little
Yep,
step
a little
up
bit
there.
of headroom extra there, a little
Yeah.
extra headroom.
It looks like a newer hatch on this one.
Yep. Aft facing, so you're not going to ship any sea in there.
Oh, by the way, I think they lost a
Dorade,
Dorade.
somewhere between Pemaquid and Monhegan, right?
So if you're out there, I think it's white with a red interior.
That's
so
right. If you see it, it belongs to this boat.
keep an eye out on it.
The mast step, it's deck step mast. This has all been reinforced with solid fiberglass underneath, so that's been redone. So that is all solid.
Solid.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not going anywhere. Standing rigging looks great. And like we said, all the turnbuckles are new. Some handrails here, semi-translucent forward hatch.
Yep.
But these decks have been repainted in the last 2 years.
They look really nice. Yeah.
They look beautiful. Oh,
Look at that.
windlass.
Yeah, that looks like a new windlass to me. Or new, or...
Looks newer and nice.
Yeah, look at, so this is neat. This is a unique feature, but he actually has a little seat. And why? I think his daughter liked to sit up here.
I like to sit up here.
Yeah, yeah.
This is awesome.
That's perfect. I've never seen that before, but why not? Wouldn't it be fun out at sea? And
Yeah, sometimes they just have a little bar there, but
Yeah.
to have an actual seat is really
actual
kind of
seat
nice.
is great.
Obviously roller furling.
Yeah, and you can dual anchors if you need them.
And this was all done locally, and it's been reinforced, and it's solid, solid, solid.
Well, it's holding you.
It's there it is, Ken. There it is.
At least one for sure.
One per show. You want to go out, Ken?
No, I'm good.
good?
I'm good.
But I love, because of the somewhat narrow cabin trunk and your shrouds to the outside near your tow rail, the
Look at that.
passage
So
through
much
here.
room. Yeah, easy.
And again, no toe stubbers.
And now this will show you down below.
This is cool.
A little stove. So
Tiny tot, they call it.
It's fantastic.
Nice little ladder you can hang on your tow rail to get in and out of your dinghy. But all the isinglass is new in this Dodger,
yeah.
and the sails are all new within a couple years. Pope Sails, who's now out of business because he retired, but they're new within the last couple years, which is fantastic.
And even a cover for the isinglass here, you can't see. I mean,
Right,
just it
yeah.
snaps on.
Snaps on. So all this isinglass.
That's
is,
good. That probably protects it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good call, Ken.
Yeah.
You're good for something other than calling me overweight.
Oh, he also said he's been redoing these deadlights. So,
the deadlights, right,
So you
good
can
call.
see there. That's work in progress right now. He's working on those right now.
Also bronze.
Also bronze.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you for mentioning it. Yeah, yeah. So he's in the process of doing some of that maintenance that someone's going to have to do. But
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, just look how pretty the lines are on this boat. I love that gradual shear, how it raises up there at the bow.
Yeah.
They said they've had this boat in some heavy weather, and she's so sea kindly.
Yeah. Beautiful. And then a beautiful little protected harbor here.
Yep, and nice spreader lights up there. See that?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. That's nice. We should have those.
We should.
Yeah.
Nice,
Okay.
nice simple rig.
I like it.
Yep. Let's go below.
All right.
All right, Kenneth, so I've just come down the companionway, but when I turned around, I noticed a couple things. One, this is your crank for your centerboard.
Oh, right there. Convenient
Yep,
location.
convenient,
So you
yep.
just use a.
He has a special handle that goes
special
on that.
handle,
Yeah,
okay,
that goes
yep.
on that. And there is your diesel fuel fill right there.
Yep.
So, all convenient. And this is pretty neat. And look at this. So this shifts out for your chart plotter.
The chart plotter. That's nice.
Yep.
Yep.
On a little swing arm there.
I like that.
All the lighting, including in the mast, has been switched over to LED, so that's also nice. All right, come on down.
All right, yeah, the light will be a little better here. So
Yeah,
all right, it's easy to get down. Nice
yeah,
companionway there.
easy companionway.
Wow, nice and clean. Good headroom for sure.
Yeah, good headroom. And the first thing viewers might notice is the cabin sole. These originally came with teak and holly, and because it's on waterline, sometimes it just draws moisture in, and it's hard to maintain it and looking good. So this was done by the Bittersweet Boatyard. This is actually a synthetic sort of a composite plastic material.
Yeah, but
And I kind of dig it.
yeah.
I
just-
mean,
yeah.
easy maintenance.
Easy
right?
maintenance.
You're not going to be varnishing or
Yeah.
polyurethaning your cabin sole. It's done.
and it's good gripping probably. and-
Very good gripping. You mentioned if you spill water on it, you don't slip at all. And look at this, a nice dry bilge.
Wow, yeah, we're out on the mooring.
Yeah,
so
a
it's
little
not-
water at the bottom there, but what boat doesn't?
No, that's looking really good.
Yeah,
Oh,
that is
that
a
works out. That's
sizable-
interesting. I just started looking at that. Just a very thin veneer, basically. This.
Yeah,
Wow.
all professionally done. So it's, I gotta imagine it's pretty rugged. But like that Island Packet, I like these little handles that.
Yes. Yeah.
Pull that
They're
out.
nice and flush when they're down.
Yeah. But nice little pilot berth up here, and look at this on both sides.
Both sides.
So,
yeah. So you don't have the quarter burst, but you certainly have plenty of room.
right, you do. And I wonder if this must.
Oh,
Look at
trundle bed, kind of. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it rolls right out. So
Perfect. So
1, 2, 3, 4.
and then you got the V berth.
And the V berth with a big, thick mattress up here. And here is that.
Look at that. That's
the tiny tot wood stove. It's not connected
So
right now, but it does work. Yes, you can.
love it.
I don't know how these work. I've actually never used it. I guess you put wood in there and let it rip. Light it down here.
Yeah.
But this is pretty cool how that just, look how easily that
Yeah,
slides,
slides
in and
right
out.
in. Looks like good storage there too.
Yeah. So,
And look at that.
oh, hey.
Wouldn't you
Here's the guys on the
know?
Maine coast.
I believe that's the 6th edition.
Fifth. You're wrong,
I'm sorry,
Ken.
5th. You're right. The other.
Jan Taft's going to be so disappointed in you that you did not nail that.
Look,
on the first
it's the
try.
only book on board.
And the only one that should be on.
There you go.
So this hatch was replaced, and he's still doing a little work
on that. So yeah, there's definitely some cleanup work you can do down here.
Of course.
Some painting, but
Yeah.
but it's otherwise really, all the systems are fantastic, and that's really so
Correct.
key. Yeah.
Correct. And if you're looking for just a beautiful boat, this is it. I mean, and for that price. And 135 of these were made, by the way. So it was a very successful boat for Allied. And the Seabreeze has a great following online. There's a great community. So this, what you're seeing here is a Coleman camp stove, which he just attaches a bottle of gas to. This is a diesel stove, which is not currently in use, but is usable. But he has decided to use this because it's just easier. But that's something you're going to want to take care of at some point.
Right,
You're going to want to switch over to LP
Well,
gas.
and depending on what you're using this for.
Sure.
I mean, yeah.
If
If
you're
you're the
just
camper
weekending-
stove, that'll get you by, no problem.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and then you get one of those cooler refrigerators.
Yes.
I forget the brand name now.
The
but
angles.
Angles, and
Yeah.
you go slap that right in here and take this out.
And that's what he said he did, is that when this oven wasn't
that's
here, he put the cooler
like
there.
an igloo cooler.
And he'd use the
ice box.
ice boxes just for dry storage on
Which
this
is
side.
sizable, by the way.
It's huge. Oh, yeah. I like that, how it's divided up and easier to get at things.
Very clean too, by
Yeah.
the way.
Get all your electronics
All your
there.
electronics, VHF, it has AIS and stereo. Looks like a Bluetooth
Yeah.
stereo. There's
Yeah.
switchboard.
And
here.
we bought our boat from an engineer, and I highly recommend that. They know how to get the systems right.
Couldn't agree with you more,
Yeah,
Kenneth.
yeah.
You're right, and he's an engineer too, so they really know their systems. But this is neat. You're right. It's not perfect. It's not totally Bristol condition, but you could do the work. You can make it. You can clean it up as much as you
clean
want, or
this
just
right
sail
up.
it as sail it as
Exactly,
is.
yeah.
And nice wood accents, behind here on your walls there. I like that.
Yeah. Little
So-
fold-down table
Yeah,
there.
little
Yep.
drop leaf table that pops
And
down.
then we're going to head up to the V-berth.
The V-berth. I'm not going to do my gymnastics today
No,
because
but this is nice because it's just one piece,
yep.
and looks nice. Looks fairly comfy, actually.
I don't know what was here. Maybe a picture was hung here or something.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Something came off.
Right.
Yeah, plenty of space up there, by the way, and so that's not a problem.
Here, I'll give you this for the head.
Sure.
All right. See you in an hour.
An hour. Jeez. All right, so there is not a holding tank on this boat, so you're going to want to either retrofit it with a holding tank or maybe consider switching over to an airhead. But I'm going to go in here and see what the room is like.
Yeah, he thought that if he would probably do a composting head.
Yeah, I think so. Hey,
Yeah.
give me some privacy, man. Look, it's got a grate in the floor, but there is no shower. But you could probably put one
you
in.
could
'cause
modify
you've got
that.
grate goes
Yeah.
down in the bilge. But this is certainly big enough to be comfortable.
Yeah, doors closed good. So yeah.
Doors closed A-okay.
I just noticing this is a trim on both sides too. By
So
the way.
that, okay.
So you can really open this up, and then it
Yeah, I'm
and
just
then
curious
for
about
sleeping, lots of drawers, storage.
storage.
Yeah.
Look at that. Okay. It's all solid wood too, which
Yeah.
is nice. Did he say there's something over here?
No, it's on a hinge. Ah. Oh, he said this is where he keeps it. Yeah, yes, so he's got everything here.
Look at
there-
all these
there you go.
diagrams and schematics for the boat. I mean,
Wow. All right.
they're all your systems.
There are the
Plus,
Look at that. A
Look
whole
at this.
binder, everything there. Oh, look, they made one with the mizzen.
yeah, they did. They made a yawl version of this. But this is
that.
everything you would need to know about this boat.
Again, yeah, that's just so nice to have that you have that to refer to.
The brilliant mind of an engineer, right?
Exactly.
I don't know what this is, but we won't go into it. But all your schematics, so whoever buys this is inheriting everything you need to know about this boat. And we should probably take this moment to mention that the boat does come with a dinghy.
That's right.
A high field 9-footer with a 9.9 on it. Now, that dinghy came with the Tiana 42, so he can't really vouch for the engine on it. He knows it runs, but it's not like the one we're using with the 9.9 that has been, that goes with that boat that does not come with this boat.
But that's nice to have a dinghy, and the one thing he wouldn't have to buy. And it's October, so he's obviously going to probably store this pretty soon too. And so I'm sure you can work something out for the storage.
Yeah, that's a good point, Ken. So you might be able to negotiate the winter storage into the purchase price if your offer is reasonable, right? He's not going to just give everything away. But this boat is a simple boat, simple systems, and is a joy to sail. And I just think it's worth it.
Well, what these boats have done, I mean, like you were saying, they've gone to Bermuda race 3 times in a row.
Well, the Finisterre, which was an S&S design, but you're right. The design elements from that are in this, and so these boats are made for offshore sailing and blue water sailing, and it'd just be a very, very comfortable boat because you put that board down, she's going to stable right out, and he says they rarely use the board because of all the ballast that's in the keel, but. Yeah, so she's 35 overall, and just it's like 10 and a half, I think, in the beam.
Yeah.
So she's pretty beamy for her length, and like you said, the headroom down here is great. She's a heavy displacement boat. Yeah. Comfort ratio of over 30.
Yeah. No odor at all.
You're the canary in the coal mine, right? So when you go down,
right away, I'll know.
When the viewer sees Ken drop and the camera fall, you know that the odor was bad in a boat.
Yeah. Nothing.
Very sensitive.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's.
This is great. I think this is for the price. What a great boat, and so much has been done. He said he's put over its lifetime over $50,000. He's put into this. So, it's got a lot of work already done on it. It's more the kind of maintenance upkeep. Do you want to put in a stove? That kind of thing. The head, obviously, that would be nice to have.
Right. We didn't look at the engine, Ken.
Oh, let's take a look at that.
Yeah. All right, so there's just a little latch that slides over, and this is actually hinged.
Oh, that's nice.
How nice is that?
Oh, yeah, it does
look
like
You can take the stairs off, too, if you need to.
Oh, if you needed to.
Yep. But there is your Westerbeek with 1,000 hours on it. You got a Raycor filter on the left there, and the engine mounts look fantastic.
Yeah.
There's your raw water, there's your impellers in there, and your raw water strainers over there. I mean, all of this looks super.
Yeah. I mean, I'd give access. It's not fabulous. I don't know if there's a...
Yeah, I don't know if there's another way to get in there, but I would say you're right, Ken. What would you give it, a B?
Yeah, it'd be the
minus?
B minus.
Yeah, definitely tight.
Unless you probably can't get in from the side lazarette.
Oh yeah, from the lazarette. I bet you can.
Yeah.
You get to the transmission end of things.
All right, not too excited to look at that.
Yeah, but anyway.
So he says it runs beautifully. We started it up.
Yeah, not a problem.
It sounded great.
And 1,000 hours on it. It is in 1986, so obviously the boat was repowered since 1966, but 1,000 hours on it, runs like a top.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, Kenneth, let's wrap this bad boy up.
Yeah. What a nice looking boat. I mean, 1966, so it sort of has these old things about it I love, but then it's been upgraded with all the new things that I like as well. So it's a nice mix.
It's got that antiquity that I appreciate in these classic plastics, and I love the look of this boat. Like I said, it's very reminiscent of the Hinckley Pilot 35. Very similar numbers on SailboatData if you go look. And speaking of SailboatData, her length overall is 34 and a half. Length on water is 24, so she's got those long overhangs, which some people disparage. I love them just for the looks. And her beam is 10 and a quarter. She is a ultra heavy displacement of, I think, 439 or something.
Yeah,
She's a nice heavy boat. And a reasonably stiff boat, about 30. And what is it? The
comfort ratio is 35, so that's way up there.
Way up there. So a comfortable boat. And as Kurt said, just really likes to handle a sea state and is very comfortable in most sea states. And we said new sails.
Yes. Yeah.
Windlass.
Yep.
An engine with 1,000 hours on it that runs like a top.
Love all the bronze fittings that it has.
All the new bronze turnbuckles.
Yep.
And an engineer has owned her for 17 years, so the systems have been gone through, and I think that's worth its weight in bronze.
Sure,
or gold.
We're seeing LED lights. We've got some USB ports here, so you can charge all your things with it. You've got the solar.
So it's got enough modernity in it to make it user friendly. And the negatives we've mentioned, the head. And not having a holding tank, so it's not really in compliance. You can't just discharge. You've got to have a holding tank or a composting toilet. And the stove.
The stove, yeah, the stove, and that's, you could set it up. Diesel stoves, we haven't seen a lot of those, but, you can make it work if you wanted to.
Yep, or replace it.
And then just basic stuff. I mean, yes, the bright needs to be worked on. Inside could use some painting and help, but that's just more upkeep.
Ticky-tack stuff. That's just general deferred maintenance that you have to attend to on anything of this age, whether it's a car or a house, right?
Yeah.
So, or even a new boat, unless it doesn't have any teak. But I think for a couple and a small family, solo sailor, this boat would be a ball. And for a solo sailor with the traveler system right by your helm station with the tiller, you can easily manage your mainsail, and you've got your big primaries right there.
Big primaries, and they're self-tailing, so that's nice.
So, and it comes with the radar and a full suite of electronics.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
I mean...
And a dinghy.
And the dinghy.
With an engine.
And like we said, we don't know the mechanics of the engine, but he says it's working, but he hasn't owned it for very long, so it came with the Tayana 42.
Right.
But it does come with it. And the possibility of winter storage if you're a good negotiator. And he's opened up to the best reasonable offer, but again, the list price is $19,500.
Yeah.
And this boat has a lot of life left in it, and I think it's just adorable and would really be a fun boat to sail around.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm kind of smitten by her lines for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we really appreciate you tuning in. We're so close to 15,000 subscribers. Please get us there. Please keep us going.
Yeah.
Click like, share, and submit a comment below. We like to
I was
hear
going to
from you.
say, the comments are great. I mean, we learn as much from the comments than we do just from being on the boats all the time. It's really, so it is helpful. We appreciate it.
We do appreciate it. And be careful, because now Canadian Ken is chiming in. He's got his own handle out there, right? So,
He might show up. So,
he might show up and surprise you with some comments of his own. So we really appreciate all of you, and we'll see you next time.